Good morning, students. Very good morning to all of you. This is Bhattachala, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, PBR Viswadaya Institute of Science and Technology, Kavali. So due to this pandemic disease, similar to the earlier semester, in this semester also the classes are going as usually through online. So in this regards, I'm going to deal a subject for third BTech second sem students, that is the power semiconductor drives. So in this class, let us see what is the overview of this subject, students. Yes, see here. So this paper, power semiconductor drives. This is initiated in the as per curriculum in our third BTech second semester. So let us see what is the structure of the syllabus and what drives are to be initiated in this system. So in this regards, the overview of the power semiconductor drives. See how the syllabus is to be framed by the university. So let us have a look on this subject. So as usually for undergraduate or BTech students, so as per the curriculum, every subject consisting of 5 units, and this is the power semiconductor drives. It has both AC drives as well as the DC drives. Yes. So let us see what type of AC drives and what type of DC drives are included in the unit number 1 to 5. So let us see here. In unit number 1, it is the converter fed DC motors. And unit number 2, it is the 4-quadrant operation of DC drives. And unit number 3, it is the chopper fed DC motors. And similarly, in unit number 4, it is the control of induction motor. And unit number 5, it is the control of synchronous motors. So this is the actual content of the syllabus, which is initiated for the undergraduate students. So converter fed DC motors in unit number 1, 4-quadrant operation of DC drives in unit number 2, chopper fed DC motors in unit number 3. All these belongs to the DC drives. Yes. So DC drives in the sense DC motors, such as the separately excited motor, shunt motor, series motor, and compound motor. These are the DC motor. And the unit number 1, unit number 2, unit number 3, these 3 belongs to the DC drives. And whereas you go for the unit number 4, it is purely belongs to the control of induction motors. And similarly, in unit number 5, it is also belongs to the control of synchronous motors. Yes. So this is the organization of the syllabus. Let us have a look on the what unit wise consisting of. Yes. So in this regards, let us go for the first unit, that is the converter fed DC motors. So in this, the contents of the converter fed DC motors are, see here. So students, some of the classes already gone through offline. In this offline, there are number of topics are covered, such as classification of electrical drives, basic elements of electrical drive, dynamic control of drive system, stability analysis, introduction to thyristor control drives. I think these are the topics covered in the classroom. All these topics belongs to the basics of the drives. And here onwards, the original content will be commenced into the single phase and 3-phase semi and fully controlled converter fed DC separately excited and DC series motors. And those drives are discussed in the point of operation, such as the continuous current operation, voltage and current waveforms, speed torque characteristics, and speed torque expressions, and followed by the number of problems in the drive system. Yes. So this is the overall view in the converter fed DC motors, which we are going to be discussing in the unit number 1. Yes. And similarly, the second unit, which is the four coordinate operation of DC drives. Yes. So what is the four coordinate operation? So let us see here. Four coordinate operation in the sense the best example for four coordinate operation of the DC drives is a lift. Lift has a best example for four coordinate operation. So where in lift also the motoring and braking operations are involved. In this regards, let us have a what is the introduction to four coordinate operation, what is the motoring operations, and similarly what is the braking operations. In electric braking is very familiar in the drives involving high-speed applications such as the plugging, dynamic braking, and regenerative braking operations is. So here both in four coordinate operation, we particularly concentrate on the motoring as well as the braking operations. And similar to that, four coordinate operation of DC motors by dual converters. So one converter gives the two modes of operation, that is motoring and braking, and another converter will use the motoring and braking. So that dual converter covers all the four coordinates operation. So that is the reason in this unit particularly we are concentrate on four coordinate operation of DC motors by dual converters. Similarly, closed loop operation of DC motors. Closed loop operation of DC motors is closed loop operation of DC motor, just black background, how you can achieve the armature control method and how you can achieve the field control method. Those are represented through the black background. And similarly, and unit number 3 is, so unit number 3 is the chopper ped DC motors. Chopper ped DC motors is, so in chopper ped DC motors, so chopper is a converter where it converts fixed DC into variable DC. So in this regards, single coordinate, two coordinate, and four coordinate chopper ped DC separately excited drive and DC series motor drive. So these two are analyzed for single coordinate, two coordinate, as well as the four coordinate applications in the point of continuous current operation, output voltage and current waveforms, and speed torque expressions, speed torque characteristics, and also some of the numericals belongs to the chopper ped DC motors. Yes. So far the unit number 1 control ped DC motor, converter ped DC motors, four coordinate operation of DC motors, chopper ped DC motors. So all these are belongs to the DC drives. The more familiar DC drives are separately excited drive as well as the series motor drive. And similarly, we can go for the unit number 4, which is the control of induction motors. So induction motor already you studied, it is purely belongs to AC system, AC drive. And in this, what are the contents involving in the induction motor drive are, you see here. So induction motor speed control on stator side as well as the rotor side. So stator side, the speed controls are involving in stator voltage as well as stator frequency. And similarly, V by F control methods are very familiar. Either it is a squirrel cage induction motor or slip ring induction motor. So voltage control can be analyzed with the help of AC voltage controllers, and frequency control can be achieved with the help of the inverters. So that is the voltage source inverters and current source inverters are to be going to analyze here, which is a better option for us to have a quality of speed control with the help of the V by F control method. Yes. So, and similarly, rotor side control. Rotor side control exclusively possible for the slip ring induction motor. So, in such as static rotor resistance control, slip power recovery scheme, and V by F control method is. So, all these we are going to be discussing the unit number 4, that is the control of induction motor. Yes. So, all the speed control method both in stator side as well as the rotor side. Stator side methods are applicable for both the types of motors, whereas rotor side is applicable for only squirrel cage induction motor. This is the content which is completely going to discuss in the control of induction motor. And similarly, the unit number 5, which is the control of synchronous motors. Yes. So we know, all of you know, synchronous motor exclusively used for when high efficiencies are required. Yes. So this synchronous motor is always running at a synchronous speed. Other than the synchronous speed, the synchronous motor cannot be rotated. Yes. So in this, here also the same thing. The synchronous motor speed control is possible only stator side, either voltage control or frequency control. So voltage and frequency control are achieved with the help of the either voltage source inverters or cycloconverters, or current source inverters also helpful for us for getting the speed of a synchronous motor. And similarly, the applications, advantages, and numerical problems. So closed loop operation of synchronous motor drives and variable frequency control all are going to be discussed in this seminar. Yes. So overall, we can conclude what is the structure of the syllabus. So the syllabus consisting of 5 units, out of which first 3 units belongs to the DC drives, and the remaining 2 units belongs to the AC drives. Yes. So this is the organization or arrangement of the syllabus in this paper. And thank you all of you. So anybody having any doubts regarding the classes or anything, so you may be contact this mail ID, that is the bhakta1000@gmail.com. Otherwise, this is my mobile number. So where it's 98486-51775 is my mobile number. You can contact at any time, and you have to option for posting the questions through WhatsApp or mail or whatever it may be. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all of you. So we will continue in the next class.